Artist, congratulations for the first edition of the Powerful.
Thanks so much.
A pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. So, what is the genesis of the conclave?
The genesis of the conclave is we want to promote entrepreneurship in India. It's very simple that if India has more entrepreneurs, we will become the largest startup and the industry ecosystem. And if that happens, India, there's no way that India can be stopped in terms of world being the world dominator in terms of manpower. That's the overall game.
Wonderful. So, what triggered you to start this platform, and how is it different from the others?
Well, first of all, I have spent at least 35, 40 years in business and finance. And you have to utilize your knowledge and experience in something very profound that can be useful for others. So that was my concept, and I created a non-profit organization in 2016 with that objective of creating entrepreneurs. And if you see today, whether it is Elon Musk or whoever, what did they talk about is creating entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
So it's getting to that point of so many years later, but I had thought of it in 2016 that that's the right thing to do,
Sure.
is become entrepreneurs. Because the way we are trained, and even in here when I grew up, is go to school, take your education, and basically go find a job, right? And pretty soon, because of the AI, what's going to happen? There aren't going to be any jobs for you. They're all going to be without jobs. And then what happens when you don't have jobs and you're frustrated? You're going to do something silly, which is like getting into drugs or committing suicide because you don't know how to manage your life, right? So before something stupid like that happens, we want to make sure that they are led to the right direction, which is entrepreneurship. So once you get that idea, oh, I can do this. Every person has a mind that God has given us. Some use it, some don't. So we want to make sure that they use it and do something that can create. We all have art, some kind of art or the other, right?
Absolutely.
Like you're sitting here doing this part, I'm doing something else. So there's some talent in each of us. Just explore it.
Yeah.
Explore it, So.
Wonderful. So, what is the key goal, and what are going to be the benefits?
So the benefits are very clear. Okay, we are here to onboard entrepreneurs, and we are here to onboard investors, right? So the benefits to the entrepreneur are three level when it comes to mentorship, incubation, and funding. That's there for from the entrepreneur side. But from the investors, there's a very unique thing that we have done is basically we are the world's first ROI based collaboration networking platform, which means that every penny that investor invests into an entrepreneur, he exactly knows where the money is going and how is it utilized. And for that, we are already giving the safety and guarantee to the investors. Now, second and the most important thing is that investor doesn't have to waste time of listening to all the hundreds of pitches of all the entrepreneurs and understand that which I can concentrate on, because all our investors are basically strategic investors who have been there, done that. Like for example, people who have done hotels in US want to invest into people and entrepreneurs who want to create hotels in India. Isn't that awesome? So we have
The
a
focus.
sector focus. I mean, you tell me, we are connecting pharmaceutical to pharmaceutical. We are connecting sports to sports, films to films. Vasudha Bavar is not telling you, but she's also one of the producers in Imagination Pictures in the US. So she already has the concentration and the intent of making sure that her 45 years of experience in US could be utilized in India, and we could create employment.
And every company that I've worked for, I've uplifted them.
Yes.
I have a big portfolio of that also. I didn't just work for them. I made sure that each and every company was uplifted. To give you a simple example, I took one company from 2 million to 26 million, just with my strategies and my ideas. Yeah. So
Only Indian can do it.
yeah, exactly. So if I could do it there, why can't I do here, right? So
Yeah,
it's just a simple answer.
that's the overall attitude, right? We want to work for
No,
someone
now it's
to
about
create that result.
time we do for India. That's why
Yeah.
we figured it out.
Yeah.
So why
So-
I've done my part there, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, right? So now let's do something here.
So what will really encourage entrepreneurs to do it themselves, or any kid to know has an idea? What will encourage them? Mentorship will encourage them, because now they have the right circle to make the idea possible. Second, incubation will help them, because now they test the waters and understand that this how this product is going to really absorb in the market and kind of create the change that the person wants to do. And third is funding, which if he doesn't have funding, or if he never seen money, now he will have access to money to make sure that that happens. So all the three aspects we are covering. And we are also creating a management institute, which is a free entrepreneurship institute, which is the world's first management institute, which will be, first of all, there will be no cost for tuitions, there will be no cost for meals, there will be no cost for accommodation. For the
whole
entire
focus should be on the school learning, and that's it.
learning. So 24 months after, and six in the 24 months of education, that is a master's education, which will be there. 6 months would be incubation. So basically, after the person passes out, rather than giving him degree, we are giving him funding so that he can make sure that he can run his business. You know.
And it's also a great aspect because the sponsors, generally speaking, they want to know where the money is going, right? And you ask for sponsors, and generally speaking, they don't know what happens to it, right? We want to make sure that each student that comes out of there, and if they're funded that way, then if I'm the one who's sponsoring a child, right? And I'm going to give him the funding for that. I feel proud that I took the life of one child from one to the other. So that's another aspect of this, like sponsorship based upon what we're doing for our children. So you feel proud that, I changed somebody's life, right?
When you say ROI based, do you have a tracking mechanism?
Yes, we do. So first of all, we will never connect an entrepreneur to an investor unless and until we are sure that the product is going to work. So the entire program of mentorship and incubation really concentrates on understanding the product and breaking it down into go-to-market strategy and branding exercises and making sure that the presence of the market is good. And obviously, because India is a very pricey market, price is correct and everything else. So it all depends on those particular layers to take the decision that he's ready to now connect with the investors. So that itself creates a huge filter. Second filter is on the investor side, where we are not trying to calculate anything on the investor side. He's already done that in US, already done that in any part of the world, or maybe in India. He's already done that business, so we can't teach him his own business. We are no one to teach a person who's already run hotels that how a hotel is run. No, he already knows how it is run. That's his expertise. So we don't teach him the business, but we connect the entrepreneur that is doing the same similar business, and it just makes a lot of sense. So the first and the second filter makes sure that there's enough tracking mechanism so that the money goes in the right way.
Super. So would you like to share some success stories?
I think we have a lot of them to I don't know if we have
women
them.
empowerment.
Absolutely right. See, when you talk about, I do every year. Actually each and every year I've done that, is bringing women in my platform, and the goal is to bring all the successful women. So when we talk about these students who need help and all that, when you start giving, I do awards for all the successful women in the nation, which is USA, right? So when you give awards to them, then you have people from various categories, whether it's fashion show, or whether it's entertainment industry, or whether it is pharma, whether it's doctors, or it doesn't matter what. They all come from different industries, and some of them are entrepreneurs already. So these entrepreneurs also give a highlight to the students that, okay, so if you need mentors, we have them all set up and ready to go, correct? So that's how it goes, So I do this event, and I do it for successful 24 women, and the reason for that is I believe in my symbol being the Ashoka Chakra, which has 24 principles of life. So I connect each and every one of the 24 women with each principle. Like you may say, I like purity, or I like truthfulness, or whatever your goal is. So I connect them that way too.
All the spokes of the
Yes. So it becomes a fun event. Yes. And I make it more like a pageant kind of a thing where all the women are beautifully dressed up, and then they get a chance to speak about themselves and what they can, But basically, when you bring all the educated people together, whenever we need a mentor, they're there, So it's so much easier to. So that's what I do every year, and I want to start doing it over here in India as well.
Earlier today, you also mentioned about the Ayurvedic.
Yeah. So that is one of our entrepreneurs who has that's just one of his patents, which we have taken aboard because we think that's a very important one.
Sure.
But we have several others also. But this is the one that attracted our attention the most because we see soldiers being injured, or we see accidents happening, right? And there is no remedy for that. Majority of the deaths happen because of not being able to control the bleeding of a child, right? So that's the reason we took this upon, and it becomes something very useful. Every politician will love that. It's something you can run with, life-saving things. So they will run with it, and we also have other things that we want to do, especially in this specific field. We want to keep that package in everybody's glove compartment.
Yeah.
that they have it there, you know.
Okay.
So it's not like it's also for a common man. So you might, you might be in a car and you might be in an accident. What do, right? You're going to wait for the doctors to come, and if I see the traffic over here, by the time the doctor comes, it's going to be forever. But you have something in your glove compartment. So we want to promote it to every person that's needed.
Could be quite revolutionary.
Absolutely, yeah.
24 hours in an Earth circulation, there are 3,500 people lost lives because of road accidents.
Yes.
If we could save one, start with one, that's a huge start.
And then we also wanted to kind of start urgent care. I see that throughout the day or throughout the night, we'll see that in an evening we don't have doctors available, and then you have to knock at the door, kind of thing. It's kind of difficult. So we want to create an urgent care system also here. That way, and we wanted to do all the like free pharma things like medication. So you go see the doctor in those facilities, but by the time you reach home, your medication will be already reached at home. So that's the kind of facility we want to create, So that's in our pipeline as well. So many such things, So I'll be sitting here and talking with you all day, I know.
Your final words for the aspiring entrepreneurs.
Aspiring entrepreneurs, don't lose your grit. Trust people, things will happen.
I think you need a passion, and sometimes people don't know what their passion is, right? So when you create programs like of this nature, I think most of the young adults will pay attention to that. It's, there's something here that somebody's trying to help me. So that little support, that holding hand that people need or the children need, they don't know it's available. They don't know who to go to, right? I need this, I need that, but where's my support group? Nobody. So that's what we want to create. So they can come to us and say, okay, this is my problem, this is my thing. So we want to create a lot of teams like that, available for them in different areas that they can join. Then another project that we have is also a humanity project. Now you know that yoga and meditation started here. It's our thing, right?
Absolutely.
But it's become so popular all over the world, and so we have our investors here, our entrepreneurs over here who are Americans actually, but unfortunately the time didn't agree with them. They're not here, but they want to create something where they want to go to every village and just to meditation get paid for that. So our village women or men, whoever they are, right, all they have to do is meditate for an hour and a half and they get paid for it. Have you ever heard that before? Yeah.
It will eradicate poverty.
Now, if I want to see how that works, you might be wondering how does that work, right? Say for example, when we have, say for example, Narendra Modi, right? We want him to win, right? So we do these yagnas everywhere. Yeah. We did it in US, that's why I'm telling you that. So paying for him from there, so he wins, right? It's the same concept actually. That this organization has the world's greatest, experiment that he has come up with is this experiment, which is really very close to what we already do. Right. We do that. We pray. We do this. That's exactly what it is. So, say you have a problem, like my business is not running well. I need some prayers from people, right? Whatever. These group of people from villages will be praying from their heart for you. And we have figured out, and they have figured out in the organization that is very successful.
Yes.
You become absolutely. So many people praying for you, at that moment. So even that's happening here. So this, like I said, I'll be sitting here and talking to you about so many projects.
It just makes a lot of sense because first, meditation improves your own health. So the medical pressure on rural villages will come down, in terms of these all things. Plus, because of the money, they are now educating kids, building pipes so that water can come, building roadways. It's the multiple folds that we can help rural villages on that. So that guy is a genius. I mean, Aiden is one of the very few awesome guys.
Wow.
You can actually listen to we have several
interactions
we have made with all these people, powerful people, and even if you listen to them, you'll know how powerful they are. So
I'm sure.
I mean, I have this one lady who's had so many life-threatening things that have happened to her, from brain surgery to strokes to breast cancer and everything. And she's such a pleasant person that she inspires everybody. She herself gets out of it. So it's so important to change the mindset of people when they have an illness, right? Yes. Mostly people are depressed, and how do you get them out of that and get their life running is very important, because that's what cures your illness really, more than anything else. Medication is there, but then you need that mindset also for them, right? Exactly. Encouragement for them that, it's going to happen. So we have to believe in ourselves, right? So She's such a powerful person. So you see all those interviews on our website,
Certainly,
and you'll get a chance to listen to more of those things that we just
Certainly.
talked to you about.
So I'm sure with the whole matchmaking thing and your patriotism and excellence,
Absolutely.
it's going to make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure
All we need is blessings from everybody, so we get successful in doing what we're doing,
Absolutely. Successful
and
and
make
more
India
powerful.
great again.
Yes,
Great again.
of course.
It was great at one point. We had the Vedic culture. We had everything with us, and we have forgotten that. Let's bring it back.
Soni ki Chidiya and Sare Jahan Se.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking.
Same
Thanks so
here.
much. Please take care.
Appreciate the conversation with you.